Hello there, and thanks for joining us. The 17th day of June it is in the year 2022, and yes, it is another beautiful and exciting day to join us for another interesting segment of the newspaper review right here on TAF TV. And joining me in today's newspaper review is Mr. Victor. Mr. Victor, you're welcome to join me once again.
Thank you. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Mr. Victor Isioku is one of the very popular faces we have here. And shortly before we go down to the business of the day, we'll go on a short break. And when we return, all of the interesting headlines and discussions will be coming your way. Do stay tuned.
Hey there. Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Okay, you're welcome back to join us from that short break. And the first paper we shall be looking at, Mr. Victor, is The Punch. Amongst the headlines in The Punch, we have Ekiti poll. 17,000 policemen, soldiers deployed. INEC moves electoral materials to LGS. That's on page 8 of The Punch. And next in The Punch, we have judge dismisses plea bargain. Jails man 21 years for killing wife. That's a very sad one on page 4 and 5 of The Punch. And next, we have Ogun church leaders. Abductors reduce ransom to 10 million naira. Threaten victims. That's on page 4 of The Punch. And lastly, in The Punch, we have Abuja queues. Buhari approves freight rate increase for fuel transporters. That's on page 21 of The Punch. Okay, before we go straight to our next paper for today, Mr. Victor, I don't know which of the headlines interest you.
Okay, let's go with the Ekiti State. The election is here.
Okay.
By tomorrow, the people of Ekiti, Ekiti State is in the Yoruba land, okay? The western side of the country. We call them the southwest, okay? So by tomorrow, they'll be going out to vote who will lead them come 2023. Mind you, the current or the incumbent governor, Governor Fayemi, he is serving his second term. Although he didn't serve concurrently. It was paused at a time. Then he came back. Yeah, he came back to complete his term of 8 years, total of 8 years. Okay, so this time around, we have, it is quite controversial because from the APC, we have Biodun Kolowale. Okay, and he happened to be somebody that he has been in the party for a while. In fact, his highest level is secretary to the state government, SSG. Okay, so he is more like the point man here, because he has shown, to some extent, he has shown leadership from what the APC, the way they are marketing him. So he has shown leadership, and he's fully being backed by the incumbent governor. And you know what that means too. Okay. And for the PDP, we have a candidate that is highly supported by Governor Fayoshe. And you know Governor Fayoshe is a very strong person. And I believe that it will be a big fight for the APCs. Okay. And we now have, okay, between the candidate of the PDP, there was somebody else in the name of former Governor Segun Oni. Segun Oni was a former governor in Ekiti State. Just like Fayemi, he did not go on 8-year spree. Okay. Then he's now coming back again, just like Fayemi, and just like even the Fayoshe. So he's coming back to complete his term, but I do not think it might work for him, personal preference, because he couldn't clinch the PDP ticket, okay, because it was not favorable for him. so he went to SDP. So as it stands, we have 3 parties that will be slugging it out this weekend. 3 major parties. I want to reduce it to 3 major parties. I know some person will be like, what about Labour Party? But unfortunately, yes, they have a candidate, but unfortunately, we know that Labour does not have its roots.
The force needed.
Yes, in Ekiti State. So, yes, like you mentioned, 70,000 policemen is a normal thing. They will all come out there and, in quotes, try to do their job. But the devil between the script is that vote buying might just occur. Well, that is my preference and that is my submission. But let's see, at the end of the day, by the time the vote stops, by the time they stop casting their votes tomorrow, we should start getting information respect to vote buying.
Mr. Victor, with the way the country is at the moment, do you really think Nigerians will actually want to sell their votes again?
Oh, why not?
Given how decayed the system is at the moment.
Oh, why not? I saw some clips of TAF TV collecting some files of persons that were asked about the 2023 election, who to vote for.
Okay.
And some persons were like, anybody that gives me money. So people are still out there.
You mean even with the current state of
Yes,
things in the
people
country,
are still out
there are
there.
people willing to sell their votes?
They want to collect this money. And some persons out there believe that even their votes will not count. So why would I now be wasting my vote when it will not count? I better collect the money and move on. So, although from another aspect, I am ready or I am out there to see what INEC will do with this election, because it is more like a trial election for them with respect to the electronic voting, with the adjustments that have been made through the Electoral Act. So let's see how our election can be improved with the technological advancements that is coming into this election.
Okay, Mr. Victor, I'm giving the number of police and soldiers that have been deployed for this election. That's 17,000. That's quite a huge sum of police. Do you really see the security level getting better? Because, yeah, the reason for this deployment is to ensure that things go as they should. But is it to say that with the deployment of these security agencies, that there will be no such thing as the usual rigging / bad boys or hoodlums coming to snatch ballot boxes? Is that, are you saying should I say this police and army that has been deployed will actually put an end to that, or
No,
you
it will not,
see that?
It will not put an end, but I believe it will reduce it, because you cannot, with the Nigeria of today, where criminality has gone so high, people commit crime and they go scot-free.
Yes.
Yeah, so some youth out there right now, they are getting ready. This is Nigerian politics. So I believe they are getting ready, but the help of the police, I just pray they will be able, like I said, they will be able to reduce it, but to cancel it 100%, as in nullify it with all their might, I don't think that would be possible, because these guys, okay, come to think of it, look at what they also do. When a particular unit, a polling unit, that they know that their arch rival will be pronounced winner, what do? They go there and cause commotion. They cause destruction. They go there and scatter everybody there, shoot guns. So how do you expect the electorate to go back there to vote? So by so doing, what do? They try to reduce numbers that will come out from a particular zone that their opposition will get numbers from. Okay. So that's where these talks play. So, and in that aspect, where can even technology come in? Technology will not even help that matter if you can't nullify the presence of these talks. So first thing first, let there be peace around the polling, so that the polling unit, so that
definitely the
voters can go and cast their
there will be some people who will come out to cause commotion on election day.
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Victor, let's not dwell much on that particular headline. Let's go straight to the Vanguard. And amongst the headlines of the Vanguard, we have PDP. How Okowa upstaged Wike to clinch vice president slot. That's a very sad one for Wike supporters. That's on page 5 of the Vanguard. And next we have on page 8, this one here says, train attack. Reps ask Buhari to secure release of remaining 15 kidnapped victims. That's on page 8. And next, we have how 33 passengers, crew, survived overland aircraft mid-air fire, I beg your pardon. How 33 passengers, crew survived overland aircraft mid-air fire. That's on page 7. And lastly, we have system collapse. Consumers in darkness as generation stalls at 3,353.8 megawatts. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard. Okay, that's the much we can take in the Vanguard. Mr. Victor, which of the headlines interest you before we move straight to the Daily Sun?
Okay, let's go with the Okowa's being picked as the VP for the PDP come 2023 general election or presidential election.
That's a sad news for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, especially from UK.
Yeah.
Twitter went agog yesterday because of the news and came out with different funny quotes by Wike where he was shaking his head. I cannot be a VP. No, I cannot be a VP. Now it has happened. And yeah, they say some group of Wike supporters are really down and they are planning the way forward. Okay. Okay. Now, let me go to the personality of Okowa himself, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. Now, the strategy from PDP is that they've gotten, in quotes, an Igbo leader. Okay? But let's also note that he is from Delta. Quite sure he's from Delta Igbo, in quotes. But there is this strong point that people, I'm an Igbo Deltan, so, but there is this strong divide between the core Igbos and the Delta Igbos. They see us as the minorities. Okay?
Why is that?
No, it is the rationale here. That's Nigeria for you. So, and mind you, Ifeanyi Okowa is from Eka North. Eka North believe that in as much as yes, they have Igbo in their tongue, part of Igbo, but when they go so deep, an Igbo person will not get to hear what they say. Yes, yes. So, but an Eka North man, mostly Eka North men, see that their forefathers came from the Benin. Okay, that's why
that's some deep history.
Yes, some of the cultures that they portray comes from Benin, and Benin is very close. In fact, Benin is closer than Anambra State. In fact, when I mean closer, it's just like a stone throw. Benin is too close. In fact, do you know that some persons from Eka, okay, share boundaries, not only boundaries, there's many similarities from the Edo man.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, personally, people like Ohanense Ndibo, I'm waiting to hear from them because, mind you, they have been clamoring that they need Igbo. At the time that VP, it was time for selection of VP, they also came out. So, does it mean that the PDP, they do not really, they think that they are smart by picking someone like Okowa? I think that it is miscalculation when it comes to the sharing formula. Okay? But for personality's sake, Okowa seems to be, from my point of view, he seems to be the best candidate for that position.
Why?
One.
Why do you say so?
He started from the grassroots. Not that Wike did not start from the grassroots. But mind you, even before PDP, even before, if you now come to hierarchy of politics, do you know that Governor Okowa is up there, way above Wike, and he is at the same time humble. Now, keep humility aside. On paper, Okowa stands a better candidate than Wike. I'm coming, sir. Please give me just 3 minutes.
Okay.
Now, before 1999, in 1994, he was secretary of his party, his then party, GDM. Okay, before PDP came in. After being secretary of his party in the local government, from the local government, he became chairman a local government chairman. That's a cannot local government chairman.
Okay.
This is before 1999, my brother.
Okay.
Then, from 1999, he became commissioner. From agriculture, he rose to health because he studied medicine. He rose to health. And mind you, he was also a senator, 2-time senator, before becoming a governor. And a 2-time governor, just like Wike. So, from the look of things, you find out that he has his papers. And he's been there with the PDP since 1999. He has done, in fact, he has even served. He also served just like, yes, he also served just like Wike served his leaders.
Okay.
And come to think of it, he's young.
So instead of saying he's ahead of Wike, don't you think it would be fairer to say they are both on same level?
No, in politics, when I mean by CV, but by the liquid.
Okay.
By the liquid, you cannot compare Delta State to River State.
Okay.
In terms of cash.
Okay.
Okay. And Wike's largesse.
Okay.
Wike is so rich, no two ways about it. But also, we should not, I like going left and right, as in you see the left, you see the right. Also, we shouldn't forget the fact that while he was governor, Delta State Mass Transit, that's their bus system, was sold. And there was many controversies were uprooted from the sales of the transport company because it was sold to God is Good Motors. Now, another consortium came pricing higher than God is Good Motors, but the sales, God is Good Motor won the bidding. At how much? Could you imagine? The other consortium quoted 2 billion naira, but at the end of the day, it was sold to God is Good for 160 million naira. Can you check the gap?
Okay.
2 billion naira. Somebody came into a bid. Two parties came into a bid. One person is quoting 2 billion. The other person is quoting 1.6. Sorry, 0.16. That's 160 million. And the lesser person won the bid. Not just lesser. Can you check out the difference?
Yeah.
This is not, it is not up to 20% of what this guy is quoted. 160 million versus 2 billion. So, insinuations came out and some research was made, allegedly, came out to be that the God is Good Motors, the owner of God is Good Motors, supported and funded Okowa during his campaign to become governor of Delta State. So this was more like a payback for them.
Okay.
So that's the controversy for them. But when it comes to Delta State and infrastructural development, I think he is trying. He could have done more, but I think he's trying. So going down to the politics, they've done the PDP, although as it stands now from the papers, they are quite divided. But Atiku has chosen the person he wants to work with.
And given the fact that there are a lot of persons who actually hold opposite view to what you're saying now, a lot of persons who think that Wike would have been a better vice president should Atiku emerge president than Okowa. How do you see the camp of Governor Wike taking this particular news right now? How do you see them reacting? Because, or how would you advise them to take the news? Because it won't be an easy one to take, given the fact that before now there's been all indications that Governor Wike would actually finally emerge the running mate to Atiku. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be, as Atiku had a change of mind and decided to pick Okowa instead. So how would you advise the camp of Governor Wike to take this news and in a bid to go forward? How would you expect them to react?
Just like Wike said that he will not leave the PDP family. They should stand on that too. And just also that when he also talked about not becoming a VP, he has made his utterances. I don't see him. Why would he want to now change? Are you getting me? Okay. He has made his utterances. They should just embrace the situation. It has happened and it has happened. They need to move on as one. Yes, it will be a sorrowful mood in the River State Lodge right now, River
yeah.
State Government House right now. I'm not worried about that, but it has happened. They need to come together. I don't see Wike leaving PDP for APC. It will be so unrealistic.
Absurd.
But mind you, in politics they say it's a game of interest. And these guys, it goes down to Nigerians too, that we are fighting ourselves. How can the youth be fighting themselves? Where these people, at the end of the day, they know where they meet
And have fun.
and have fun, and be drinking Dom Perignon on our heads,
and laugh over
everything. And we are down here killing ourselves. So please, this also goes down to the youth. At the end of the day, I know there'll be a common ground, okay, and they'll be living in largesse and in peace, while the youth are here suffering.
All right, Mr. Victor, let's say bye-bye to that headline for now and move straight to our next and last paper for today. We shall be looking at the Daily Sun, and amongst the headlines in Daily Sun, we have disquiet in PDP over Okowa's choice as Atiku's running mate, okay? We just have handled that. And on page 25, we have President approves new freight rate for petroleum transporters, okay? We got that in other papers as well. That's on page 25. And next we have Owo Akeredolu warns against incessant violent attacks. That's on page 5 of Daily Sun. And on page 26 we have Obi, Catholic Church disowns Mbaka, vows to sanction him. Okay, that's on page 26. And lastly, on page 28 of Daily Sun, we have presidency, Southeast governors. Politicians failed in Digbu, according to Ohaneze, on page 28. Okay, that's the much we can take in Daily Sun. Mr. Victor, before we call it a day, what do you have to say concerning the headlines in the papers today, even if I know my mind is telling me that you want to talk about Obi?
I want to talk about Father Mbaka.
Okay.
It's been trending. I want to pull out the quote where he quoted Peter Obi. Okay. Just a second. I'm there. Okay. So he said, a stingy man that cannot give his people money, with this hunger ravaging the land, and you are saying he is the one you want? Do you want to die of hunger? Are you people insane? He's telling his congregation. Where is the Holy Spirit? He asks. It is now that Atiku is seriously contesting for the president. Now that he is contesting without P2B, it is now that he is serious. We want somebody that is serious. Unless Peter comes here to kneel. If he becomes president, he will close down this ministry. What we are doing is spiritual. Let me end with this, or just a few lines now. Listen, a good old man is better than a young, wicked man. Peter Obi is going nowhere as far as God lives. If Igbos want a representative, it is not someone like Peter Obi. I should not have talked, but I saw my video going around everywhere. No, I didn't apologize wholeheartedly. It was out of duress. That's, he was talking about an old conversation. Okay, so let me keep it here. So thanks for the time.
Those are strong comments coming from Mbaka
Yes.
towards Obi.
Yes. So it's better that we go for an elderly man.
And a lot of persons would actually call
than a
that
young
an
person.
abuse of grace at the moment.
Ooh la la.
Because,
So, but you know, the Bible says that we should not
see
go
that?
against our spiritual leaders.
But the Bible also told us that in the end times we will have false prophets.
Boom.
Yes, same Bible told us that in the end times we'll have false prophets. And given his recent comments concerning Obi, a lot of persons are beginning to actually confirm what the Bible said concerning false prophets, because he's not sounding like a man of wisdom at the moment. I don't know what you have to say.
I don't want to take sides now.
Yeah.
But also, let me take us back to a little bit of history. Okay. Mind you, Father Mbaka was a very strong critic of Governor Chimaroke Nnamani, former governor of Enugu State and a senator. Okay. Now, oh my goodness God.
Because he seems to be all about the money right now.
So do you know that back in the days, in fact, he even accused the governor, that's Chimaroke Nnamani, accused him of many capital offenses, even down to when there was a stampede in his church that people died. He even came out to say that it is Chimaroke Nnamani that is fighting him spiritually. But you know, at the end of the day, just recently, as he's demonizing Peter Obi, he is canonizing Chimaroke Nnamani by saying that Chimaroke Nnamani is a good leader. Now, the present Chimaroke is a good leader. Okay? Trying to, I don't want to take sides, so I'm taking my own, so I'm trying to be careful as I can be.
Yeah.
But mind you, this same person, okay, he also made a statement with Chimaroke Nnamani that Chimaroke Nnamani has built the Ebano dynasty, that the leadership of Enugu State is in peace, that everything is going peacefully. Okay, what is he even saying? Chimaroke is from Enugu East. Okay, so Chimaroke, just like the PDP that we know is a zoning party. So Chimaroke he supported, or he moved power to the Enugu East. Okay, from Enugu East, it went to Enugu West. From Enugu West, it's now going back to Enugu East in the name of Peter Mba. That's the current candidate for the PDP come 2023 gubernatorial elections in Enugu State. So he's now coming out to looking at some positive, or in quote, what he calls positive for Chimaroke Nnamani. What are we now saying? Mind you, it is the same Mbaka, the same Reverend Father Mbaka that marketed General Buhari or President Buhari. And we all know, even the poverty that he's talking about here, we all know that the government of today deepens the poverty of this nation. Obviously. We can't take it away from that. Obviously. In as much as, yes, they are blaming the PDPs, but we also know that they
came to
I will even use the word, okay, collaboration might not, they
added more to it.
They added more. They are more like catalysts. Okay, it was a slow process during the PDP, but now they pumped in more power to it, and many Nigerians
are dying.
Millions are being impoverished. So this goes down. In as much as, yes, I'm in support that our leaders, our religious leaders should be in politics. I'm not against that, but they need to come out with their facts. They need to be reasonable. Oh my God, they need to be reasonable in utterances that comes out from their mouth.
Because him saying that Obi is stingy, it doesn't really make sense given the fact that he hasn't given tangible reasons why he's calling him stingy. So is it because Obi has refused to throw money around just the way?
So that also means that Buhari threw money at him.
And he accepted.
Yes. That also means that the incumbent, not the incumbent, the incumbent governors of Enugu
have been throwing money at him.
They've been throwing money at him. That means that the Pepe Mba that has been appointed, has been elected, candidate of the PDP, has also come to pay allegiance and has thrown money at him. Oh God.
Obviously,
you are making me to take sides.
Obviously, he didn't think of all these things when he said what he said. He didn't think of the fact that Nigerians should also, look for a way to reason things and say, so this is the kind of person that you are. He just said them. I believe he said what he said out of frustration and annoyance at the fact that Peter Obi has not come to say, Father Mbaka, please take this one or hold this one, which is, if you ask me, it's not called for.
And he has devalued his place in the society, his place in the kingdom of God.
Personally, I held him at a very high esteem, but I don't think
stingy. What? Oh my God!
Well, what warranted such such words from him? It's uncalled for. It's totally uncalled for. It's uncalled for. And the camp of Peter Obi are not really happy with him. Because how can you say Peter Obi is stingy? We've had news and clips of Peter Obi giving millions to schools.
No, he will not see that.
Donating. Yeah, he won't see that actually.
He won't see that.
Because the money wasn't given to him.
He won't see that.
Directly.
The Peter Obi that his mantra is how to reduce expenses, the wastages that these leaders. Oh my
exactly,
goodness,
because there are clips and proofs of Peter Obi donating millions on millions to schools and other organizations to see them grow and improve. So you saying he's stingy right now, no, it doesn't go well. It doesn't go down well. It doesn't go down well. But Mr. Victor, let us not dwell much on it. Let's call it a day.
Please, if you see anywhere, if you happen to go to Eka North this weekend, please bring back their palm wine because they have the best palm wine. Eka, that's where
Are you serious?
Governor Okowa is from. They have the best palm wine in the south of Nigeria.
Wow.
In fact, that's their number one trade, palm wine tapas.
Okay, I think I'll try and visit there one of these days. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Victor.
Thank you.
And as for you who has been there watching us and being faithful to your screen, thank you so much. Really do appreciate your time with us in the show for today. But unfortunately, this is where we have to call it a wrap on today's segment of the newspaper review. And don't forget, you can also be a part of this discussion. You have any questions to ask, any suggestions to make, you can drop them in the comments section of any of our social media platforms. On YouTube, we're TAF TV. On Instagram, we're TAF TV_NG. On Facebook, we're TAF TV. And on Twitter, we're TAF TV. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. My name remains Cyril Aloysius. It's a bye-bye for now. Until we come your way again next time, do have a wonderful and blessed day.